Right now at 6, one popular Grand Marais staple is having a hard time finding workers. We hear from business owners on what they say needs to change. And shutdown avoided, the significance behind Minnesota's latest budget signed in by the governor earlier today. Plus, fighting bullying one blue ribbon at a time, the important nationwide campaign making an impact at one Northland elementary school.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Natalie Grant. Kristen is off tonight. Thanks for joining us. As Grand Marais businesses prepare to welcome in flocks of tourists this summer, they're facing one big problem: not enough workers to serve them. CBS 3's Quinn Gorham tells us what the problem is and how it's impacting owners.
Like many across the nation, business owners in Grand Marais are struggling to find workers to fill their open positions. But this Northland town faces a unique problem. Cook County, where Grand Marais is located, is home to around 5,000 people, but the city sees thousands of tourists each year. With those influx of visitors, especially during the summer months, there's plenty of demand for jobs in the country's hospitality industry. Because of the county's small population, the Chamber of Commerce leaders say many businesses in Grand Marais rely heavily on seasonal international workers who come to the U.S. on J-1 visas. The pandemic, along with other factors, have made it difficult for J-1 visa workers to make their way to Grand Marais.
Small employers tend to rely on the J-1 visa program. The pandemic, concerns in the countries where these kids are from, about letting them come, concerns about testing, about vaccinations, of much fewer J-1s this year than we've had. And that's a big piece of the staff shortage problem.
The Chamber of Commerce says that Grand Marais has always had an imbalance of workers, but this year the problem seems to be worse. Though the problem might be big right now, Grand Marais city officials hope that it'll correct itself eventually when visas are more readily available following the pandemic.
All right, thanks, Quinn. Coming up tonight at 10, we'll hear from a popular Grand Marais restaurant about how the staffing shortage has forced them to severely cut back their hours and why they think there's another big reason behind the staffing shortage. Minnesota has hit another major vaccination milestone. 70% of adults are now vaccinated against COVID-19. Governor Tim Walz made that announcement earlier this afternoon, just 3 days ahead of President Joe Biden's 4th of July goal. Minnesota is leading the Midwest in percentage of total population fully vaccinated. Over the past week, Minnesota has averaged 84 new cases of COVID-19 each day. That means cases are growing at their slowest rate since the pandemic started. Fewer than 100 Minnesotans are hospitalized with the virus right now, the lowest number since April of 2020. Governor Tim Walz tweeted his congratulations and thanked those today who rolled up their sleeves to get their shot. He says, though it's a day to celebrate, the hard work continues. He encourages everyone to continue their vaccination efforts. Calling it a brighter day after a long, dark winter, Minnesota's governor today signed legislation focused on funding the state and its COVID-19 recovery. Governor Tim Walz signed the bill in front of people impacted by the pandemic, including nurses, frontline workers, and students. He says it focuses on helping those who struggled the most to recover. That includes the largest investment in education in 15 years, which Walz says recognizes the challenges teachers and students have faced. The governor thanked lawmakers from both sides of the aisle for working hard to pass a strong budget.
To be able to come together, reach compromises, not let partisanship override the commonalities that we have, and get a budget that's for Minnesota. So this is a good day.
Walz says the latest numbers show that the state's economy is rebounding. He says Minnesota's finances are strong and that the budget replenished the fiscal reserves and the rainy day fund. Wisconsin lawmakers have passed the state budget and sent it to the governor. The state Senate sent the $87 billion spending plan to Governor Tony Evers last night. Evers can sign it or use his partial veto powers to rewrite the document. The governor will have 6 days to take action on the budget. Once it reaches his desk, if he does nothing, it automatically becomes a law. And back here in the Twin Ports, a woman was rescued from Lake Superior late this afternoon. It happened on Park Point Beach near 46th Street. Friends of the woman say that she was out swimming too far out and started struggling. Eventually, they were able to rescue her, and emergency crews treated her on scene. Now, we're not sure at this time if she was taken to the hospital. It's a good reminder, firefighters say, that conditions out there are very dangerous due to those strong rip currents. Now, Dave, yeah, like we said earlier, those rip currents are strong out there today, but it was a little chilly down there today, but it's going to be a warm weekend headed in there, you said, right?
Yeah, cooler by the lake ruled supreme today with 60s for lakeside towns and 80s farther inland. Well, that's because of an easterly wind. Tomorrow the wind's westerly, and we all warm up again into the 80s. So better day for swimming tomorrow. And maybe the winds will slack down just a little bit as well. Here's a quick look at today's high temps. And we went from 63 in Silver Bay to 82 towards Big Fork and International Falls. Tomorrow, like I mentioned, we're going to be all closer to International Falls and Big Fork than Silver Bay because high pressure will help ease into the region, and that'll shift the winds, and that'll keep things sunny but also warm things up. We'll be in the 80s on Friday, could be the 90s for Saturday and Sunday. Short-term forecast says 50 tonight, partly cloudy sky, mostly sunny tomorrow, and 83. Will 93 hit us as early as Saturday? We'll talk about that in more detail in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. Duluth police have arrested a suspect after a man was stabbed in the stomach. It happened around 2:20 this afternoon near West Gary Street and Commonwealth Avenue in the Gary neighborhood. Police on scene told us the man was stabbed outside and went inside a nearby building to ask for help. He was taken to the hospital with what the police are calling substantial injuries. Police arrested a suspect around 4:30 this evening. It's not clear at this time what led up to the stabbing, but police say they believe that the suspect and the victim knew each other. Anyone with information is asked to call the police. The Duluth police are still searching for a suspect more than a week after an armed robbery. It happened on June 22nd at Saudi's Smoke Shop on London Road. Police later released these images of the person that they believe is responsible. The suspect ran off with an unknown amount of cash. No one was hurt in the incident, and if you have any information, you're asked to contact the Duluth police. Since Bill Cosby was released from prison yesterday, many of the 60 women who accused him of sexual assault have shared their disappointment. Local organizations hope, despite a court overturning his conviction, survivors aren't deterred from reporting their own abuse. Leaders with PAVSA here in Duluth say, though the news of a convicted sexual offender being released can be triggering and difficult to hear, it's also not new to survivors. They say survivors often experience many barriers when it comes to seeking healing, accountability, and justice. The organization stresses there are many resources available to help and support survivors.
No matter what the outcome of reporting is, your story is still valid and important, and people believe you no matter what the outcome is. And I think, that's the important part.
If you or someone you know is a victim of sexual assault and needs help, you can contact PAVS's 24-hour helpline at 218-726-1931. You can also find that number listed on your screen or at our website, CBS3Duluth.com. A Northland middle school student and her science teacher are teaming up with a nationwide organization, all in the effort to prevent suicides. CBS3's Emma Quinn shares how they're spreading awareness in their community with the help of some little blue ribbons.
Moose Lake science teacher Brad Hubert and 6th grade student Piper Nielsen are standing up to suicide.
Just be happy and forget about the sad stuff.
Hubert and Nielsen recently took part in the Standing Strong Together class through the nationwide Blue Ribbon program.
Their big focus is on eradicating bullying and helping prevent suicide.
Focusing on prevention methods for all ages.
We talked a lot about loving yourself and being kind. I learned that I'm a leader, and even if I don't want to do something, I can still do it.
The two are now ambassadors for the Blue Ribbon program and are aiming to continue their work beyond their school, hoping these little blue ribbons they plan to spread throughout the community can be a symbol of something much bigger.
It's a chain, and so that's what we're looking at doing, is we're looking at ordering as many ribbons as possible. We're just looking at getting the whole city of Moose Lake, and we're going to spread it outward.
Learning to love yourself and stand strong together.
The community has put together a GoFundMe page to raise money to purchase more blue ribbons so they continue the outreach for months to come. For more information, you can find a link on our website, CBS3Duluth.com. The Duluth Transit Authority is asking for your feedback as they propose changes to their bus system. It's part of their ongoing Better Bus Blueprint study. The DTA has been reviewing its routes and other operations, hoping to be a better fit for the evolving Twin Ports. They have proposed consolidating routes and other changes that they say would be better to serve all of our neighbors.
It really is a high-level look at where we were, where we want to be, and in the system, making sure that access is available for everybody, because that's really what it's all about.
The DTA plans to collect feedback this month, then consider the changes at a board meeting later in August. If approved, the changes could take effect by next summer. If you'd like to check out the proposal, we have a link on our website, cbs3duluth.com. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, remembering the king of rock and roll, how one local Duluth hotel hopes to do that. Coming up next.
It was a little bit cooler by the lake today, cooler than normal, the normal 76, but will rise to the occasion beginning tomorrow for the occasion of Independence Day. That means a warm-up for the weekend, and we'll talk about the temps coming up after our break.
Off our low Slumberland price. Incredible deals. Huge markdowns, plus 25% off our low Slumberland price. What a sale. The 4th of July sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Happy birthday! Duluth Casino wants to celebrate your birthday with you all month long. Every day during your birthday month, you can receive up to $30 in club cash as a special birthday bonus.
Did you say every day?
Yes, every day of your birthday month. Stop by the Players Club or log on to FondDuluthCasino.com for all the participation details. We're celebrating your birthday all month long, so you can
have a great time out at Fond-du-Loup.
When Grandma suggested cookies, Kyle wasn't expecting the new Nestle Toll House Chocolate Chip Cookie Blizzard. Two beloved treats, soft-baked Nestle Toll House chocolate chip cookies and world-famous DQ soft serve, all in one treat. The good times roll when these two get together, just like G-Ma and her G-Son, making memories while mixing two favorites. With the Nestle Toll House Chocolate Chip Cookie Blizzard, only at DQ. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Little with Bath Planet. We are starting summer out with a great special on all our bathroom products. Right now, you can get 20% off your entire project and 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2023. Get your project off your to-do list now and not pay for it until later. Go to bathplanet.com or call us today to take advantage of this amazing offer. Bath Planet, out of this world service, down to earth price.
I guarantee you, if your home just burned to the ground or you had a major accident, your first thing you're going to think about, it's not going to be, I just saved $500 on my auto and home insurance today. It's going to be, am I covered? At Vernon Insurance Agency, our first, second, and third goal is that you understand your coverage, there's no gaps in coverage, and your claims are covered when you have them. Call Vernon Insurance Agency today, 218-384-3970.
Incredible deals. Huge markdowns. Like the Sealy Pillow Top Queen Mattress on sale for just $4.99. What a sale. The 4th of July sale at Slumberland Furniture.
I'm so excited.
This summer, your favorite celebrities return to their hometowns.
Got me out here in Brooklyn.
That's it, my neck of the woods.
And get to work.
Oh, these are heavy though.
I feel the inner tool man coming out.
You ready to see your new home? I'm ready.
I'm speechless right now.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Their reaction, just to see the tears, is priceless.
Secret Celebrity Renovation. New series July 9th on CBS.
CBS3 News is brought to you by Fond-du-Loup Casino.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel. Weekday mornings on CBS.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Not a great day to be out on the lake, at least on Lake Superior. Small craft advisory for the North Shore and the South Shore, and a beach hazard alert for Park Point and Wisconsin Point. As we found out earlier today, there was some trouble on the lake. Luckily, it ended without a tragedy. But to avoid tragedy, avoid swimming tonight. We've got this beach hazard alert from National Weather Service in effect until 9 o'clock. Duluth Fire says you should watch out till 10 o'clock. Bottom line, put it off till tomorrow and the winds slack off and change direction. The problem should go away. And as temperatures go up, we'll probably want to spend more time in many of our thousands of lakes here in all 3 of our states. It's going to get toasty for the Independence Day weekend here. We'll talk about how high with the 7-day in just a little bit, but right now we start with the current conditions that come in from the airport in Duluth. It's 67 there, so no heat wave today, at least for lakeside communities. Cooler by the lake because of the easterly component of that wind that's going 10 miles per hour. Relative humidity is 59% in our air. Pressure high at 30.17 inches of mercury. It's down one tiny little click in the last hour, but probably won't go down enough to create any rain showers until Monday. So a dry spell and warm spell for the holiday. Current temperatures showed the cooler by the lake syndrome covering places from Grand Marais to the Twin Ports and then over towards the upper peninsula of Michigan. Only 56 by the lake in Grand Marais, 62 La Pointe, 63 for Park Point, and 62 in Superior, 65 for Ironwood. Still warmer in the interior parts, though, 82 International Falls, 80 Grand Rapids, 78 towards Siren. Again, we all warm up tomorrow as the winds become westerly instead of easterly. Right now, with high pressure taking over the region, the clouds being pretty much chased away, pushed off to the south. And the only showers that we've been seeing here earlier today, we had a couple try to blip up here in the border zone. There you go, St. Louis County, between the cooler by the lake air and the warmer air still living to the west. A little bit of lift provided by that undercutting of the cooler air. But bottom line is those showers didn't last long. It didn't drop much and probably won't tonight either because the high pressure will keep us dry. Getting into tomorrow, though, the high pressure will start to shift the winds from the west. That'll warm us up back into the 80s, and then the 90s are possible for Saturday and Sunday. And come Monday, the 5th of July, fresh low pressure system will bring our next rain chance with a little thunder to punctuate things just a little bit, and it will also take temperatures down. 90s Sunday, 80s Monday, 70s by Tuesday. Tonight in Minnesota, low temps will run from the upper 40s to about the mid-50s with a partly cloudy sky. In Wisconsin and Michigan, low temps there will be lower, 45 to 50 with the partly cloudy sky. And then the warm-up begins tomorrow. Mostly sunny Wisconsin, Michigan with highs 80 to 85. Minnesota high temps 80 by the lake to 85, even 88 degrees inland. Pushing towards 90 Saturday and Sunday, the 4th of July. It's going to be a hot one. And then it's a little cloudier, a little cooler, and a little rainier Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, Natalie.
Yeah, definitely a hot 4th of July on top of, as we said earlier, better than rain on those fireworks, for sure.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Natalie.
Yes, make sure you get that water handy. All right, thanks, Dave. Fire officials are urging people to be cautious if they light off fireworks for the 4th of July. That's because dry conditions are expected to continue. Duluth Deputy Fire Chief John Otis says if you're going to light off fireworks, make sure there are no trees overhead and you're away from buildings and be ready to extinguish some flames. He says the best choice is to just leave it to the professionals. Duluth's annual fireworks show starts at 10:10 on July 4th down at Bayfront Park. And Duluth's Radisson Hotel is a piece of the city's history, even on its own. But it really made a name for itself back in the 1970s when it welcomed the king of rock and roll. Elvis Presley performed in Duluth in 1976 and 1977, and he stayed at the Radisson. Now the hotel has turned that special room into a new Elvis-themed experience for its guests. It's called the Legend Suite, and it features memorabilia of Elvis's stay, including a concert ticket from his Duluth performance. They've redecorated it to remain true to how it looked during Elvis's time. Sales director Nancy Kiplow says the idea has been in the works for years, and it just opened this past month, honoring a special part of Duluth's history.
I saw Elvis when I was 12 years old in 1976 here in Duluth. And my mom actually taught me to rush the stage. So I've always had a love for Elvis, and I thought how awesome this would be just because he has stayed here.
Kiplow says Elvis rented out the top 3 floors when he stayed there, and so far, she says the Legend Suite has sold out nearly every night since it opened. Well, the one and only Alexis Bass is here now with us to reel in sports. Alexis, what was on the line that you caught today?
Oh, a whole lot. Honestly, a little bit of everything. But Natalie, it's game day in the Deer District for Game 5. However, Buck star player has been officially ruled out. I will reel in sports next.
Order your 2021 Polaris side-by-side now from Duluth Lawn and Sports.
CBS3 Live Cams, brought to you by KohlerChef.com, now featuring the Kohler Express Deal online buying solution. KohlerChef.com, a better way to buy.
Don't miss the giant 3-day sale at Home Furniture. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, get up to an extra 10% off sale prices, plus no money down, 3-year special financing, and free shipping. This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the giant 3-day sale, only at Home Furniture.
Welcome to Medical Insight, a weekly healthcare feature brought to you by the experts at Essentia Health. Here's your host, Louis St. George.
Today on Medical Insight, Dr. Ann Simmons talks about the importance of Essentia Health's neonatal intensive care unit.
The NICU is a specialized intensive care unit where we take care of premature babies as well as babies who are born with unexpected health problems. Babies have very unique medical needs, and it takes a very specialized group of care providers to be able to give them the care that they need. We're very fortunate to have many pediatric subspecialists here at Essentia, and so we can provide the specialized care that they need. For example, we have pediatric cardiologist, endocrinologist, pediatric, neurology, gastroenterology, many services that can support us to provide the full specialized spectrum of care for our tiniest pediatric patients.
Essentia has the only NICU in our region.
We have a dedicated transport team where we fly helicopters and drive ambulances all over the place to bring sick newborns to receive care here at Essentia. A lot of families feel a pretty strong connection to the NICU after their babies go home. They've had, the same bedside nurse for months, or, we have a fairly small group of physicians and providers, so we make a really strong bond and connection with them. My favorite part about my job is seeing these babies in NICU follow-up clinic when they're toddlers and, growing up and thriving.
Additional support for families of Essentia's tiniest patients includes a 5-room Ronald McDonald House. For Medical Insight, I'm Louis St. George.
This Medical Insight was brought to you by Essentia Health. To learn more, go to essentiahealth.org.
At Super One Foods, we go to great measures to deliver you with top quality meat every day. Try our whole beef tenderloin for only $7.77 per pound and get 2.5 pounds of Tyson boneless skinless chicken breast for just $4.94. Plus, we provide the best of the best in fresh produce. Get bicolor sweet corn for just 29 cents each and get a 14-ounce package of Dole coleslaw for just 99 cents. Through all that we do, we've got you in mind. Super One Foods, serving you lower prices and better choices.
Strong, enduring, and timeless. Stickley, premium solid wood furniture made in America. Handcrafted by experienced artisans. For a limited time, get 35% off the Stickley Mission Collection during the Stickley Independence Day sale exclusively at Home Furniture. Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel. Weekday mornings on CBS.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
There will be no Giannis Antetokounmpo in Game 5 for the Milwaukee Bucks. They ruled him out this morning after he hyperextended his knee in Game 4. With the Eastern Conference Finals all knotted up, it's essentially become a best-of-3 series against the Atlanta Hawks. Now they'll have to trust in their other stars, Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, and change up their other lineups around them to make it work.
We got a lot of talent, and so I think just let the guys play, put them in a comfort level, put them in a comfortable spot, and let them go play basketball, not overcomplicate it. We've played games without Giannis, without Chris, without Drew, and so you just, hopefully you have a structure and a system, where you can function at a high level on both ends of the court, no matter who's playing.
Tip-off tonight set for 7:30 at Pfizer Forum. In soccer news, Cloquet's Katie Turner announced on Twitter today that she is committed to play her next season at Division II level. She's on to Marquette, Michigan to play for the Northern Michigan Wildcats. Turner had 10 goals and 9 assists in a shortened fall soccer season as a senior, leading the Lumberjacks to a Section 7A championship. Today we flip our calendars to a new month, and today St. Scholastica flipped a new page for a new chapter. CSS will no longer be a member of the Upper Midwest Athletic Conference as they are officially headed to the Minnesota Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. They become the 13th full-time member to enter the MIAC. CSS joins several other private colleges in Minnesota, including Augsburg University, Bethel University, and Carleton College. CSS made their mark in the UAC, winning 216 regular season championships and 108 postseason titles. The Saints' first game in the MIAC is scheduled to kick off on Tuesday, September 14th, where the women's soccer team will welcome Gustavus Adolphus at home. To basketball, it's been a whirlwind of a week for Port Wing native Megan Gustafson after playing 3 games with the WNBA's Washington Mystics. She has waived on Monday, but now, just a few days later, the Mystics have re-signed Gustafson to a 7-day contract. In those previous 3 games with the Mystics, she averaged 4 points and 4.7 rebounds a game, both improvements from what she had done with the Dallas Wings. The White Sox hope to take their mops out sweeping the series in the Windy City, as the Twins hope to leave with a victory in their bags. Bada 2, Chicago's Brian Goodwin gifts his fans in the stands the souvenir. He gets his 3rd homer of the season to give the Sox another lead. It's all tied up right here. Twins look to crack the code in the 5th. Nelson Cruz laces one left, turning to the Tide after being down 3-0 in this inning. Twins top it off 4-3. And what do you know? It's all tied up again. Chicago weathers the storm and answers back, retaking the lead in 6. Zach Collins says it's a good day for 3s. His 3rd bomb, and the Sox are back in front 5-4. White Sox remain right in front, tacking on 4 more to sweep the series 5-8.
There's got to be a White Sox Chicago versus Minnesota joke in here somewhere, because you're from Chicago, I'm from the Twin Cities. I know you're a Cubs fan, though, so it's a little different.
Well, I would just like to say I'm a Chicago everything fan. You've got to support all the Chicago teams.
Exactly.
So I'm just as excited for the White Sox as I would be the Cubs.
We should go to a game where it's Cubs-Twins, and then
That
we can
would
be rivals.
fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've never been to Target Field.
Let's
so.
plan it.
Okay, let's add it to our ventures.
Yes, exactly. All right. Well, before we go, a Slovakian inventors made a strong change into the future. Their air car Prototype 1 flew for 58 miles. Piloted by a company co-founder Stefan Killian, it's competing a milestone in development, being able to fly for 35 minutes. The air car is equipped with a retractable wing and a 160 HP BMW engine with fixed propeller and a ballistic parachute. The dual-mode car aircraft has already checked off to list of achievements such as reaching altitudes of 8,200 feet and traveling at 118 miles per hour. Pretty impressive there, car with wings. All right, last check of the forecast here, Dave.
Yeah, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang has come true finally.
That's true.
Remember that movie from your childhood?
Actually.
All right, that's good to hear. Well, let's talk about future memories coming our way with the week ahead. Should be a pretty decent Independence Day weekend, especially if you like it sunny and hot, because that's what we're getting. After cooler by the lake today, we all warm up again tomorrow into the 80s for Friday, then Saturday and Sunday. You know, I'm hedging my bet just a little bit, saying 90 straight up, but if you're away from the lake and get warmer than that, keep in mind it's possible it could happen. Already, though, by Monday, July 5th, it gets a little cloudier, perhaps a little rainier, and a little cooler, so the 90s don't last forever. We drop into the 80s for Monday and then fall into the 70s again for Tuesday and Wednesday. And with a 3-day rain chance coming our way, hopefully we get what we need, because we're starting July already on a dry note.
All right. Thanks, April. That's your CBS 3 News at 6. We'll see you right back here tonight at 10.